the Stade de France in Saint-Denis. Here on the 8th of September, France and New Zealand will play the opening match of the 2023 Rugby Union World Cup. Wow! A blockbuster launch to the 10th edition of the tournament and the third to take place here in La Belle France. Over the next 7 weeks, 20 teams will be vying at 9 stadiums around the country for the Webb Ellis Cup. The trophy is named after William Webb Ellis, the supposed inventor of the game. As the story goes, Webb Ellis was playing football at his boarding school called Rugby when he picked up the ball and ran with it. If he tried that kind of stunt today, it would be called handball. But when Webb Ellis did it 200 years ago, they called it rugby. But away from the privilege and elitism of the British public school system to the present day. Who's looking good to win the Rugby Union World Cup? Ireland come into the competition as the world's top-ranked team. They've enjoyed that status since July 2022. They're also the reigning European champions. There's a phrase which talks about the luck of the Irish, but it seems to have deserted them when it comes to the Rugby Union World Cup. They've never got past the quarter-finals. If they manage to overcome that mental block, the Irish will truly believe that this is their moment. A test of their resolve will come during the pool stages. They've been drawn in Group B with the defending champions, South Africa. 5 years ago, the South African coaches Jacques Nienaber and Rassie Erasmus concocted a plan for world domination in 2023. That they won the crown in 2019 put them slightly ahead of the curve. But that success was due in no small part to Siya Kolisi. When he was appointed captain of the team in 2018, he became the first black man to skipper a South African national rugby side. But this was no token gesture. He was absolutely brilliant during that 2019 campaign. And though he's been suffering a few injuries this year, he's back, firing on all cylinders and ready to lead his side. With him in the fray, South Africa will be a formidable unit and very difficult to beat. So what of the hosts France? They're just behind the Irish and the South Africans in the world rankings. Many pundits believe that this tournament is France's to lose. The French head coach Fabien Galtier has concocted a side full of flair and grit around the fly half Romain Ntamack and the scrum half Antoine Dupont. Ntamack's been injured just in the run-up to the competition. Mathieu Jalibert's likely to replace him, but that still leaves Antoine Dupont. Since making his debut in the France team in 2017, he's developed into one of the best players on the planet. In 2021, he was deemed the World Rugby Player of the Year. He's been anointed the best player of the Six Nations tournament 3 times in the past 4 years. And he's only 26, so it won't be a shock if he wins that accolade again. It also won't be a surprise if on the 28th of October here at the Stade de France that he becomes the first Frenchman to pick up the Webb Ellis Trophy and run with it.